everyone, I hope you're having an amazing day. Good morning. It's morning for me. It might not be morning for you, but good morning if it's morning for you. Good night if it's night for you. Good afternoon if it's afternoon for you. I hope you're having a great, amazing, wonderful day. Today we are talking about the story from Pretty. It has been a while since we did one of these videos. But I'm back here again for yet another one. So yeah, if you have not seen the Summary from Pretty videos, they are all right here. Definitely go check out every single one. They're all so much fun. We scream. We have a lot of chaos. If you've seen them, you know there's a lot of screaming to be had. I have a lot of opinions. If you have not seen one of these videos, I do recommend watching those ones. You do have to watch the show or not be super anti-spoiler to watch this video because there will be spoilers. I'm so sorry, but the way that I can make these videos, they have to have spoilers. Anyway, so if you have not seen one of these videos, basically I have main characters in this big jar, side characters in this little jar. These are my notes. So we have main characters on this side characters on this side. You will not see these notes, but these notes I took while I was watching the show. You'll see notes on the screen after I talk about each individual character. So like I'll talk about it, there will be a little break. You'll see the notes. You can pause if there's not enough time, so you can read everything if you'd like to. And then we will get into the next character. So I do one main character, one side character, their relationship with each other, and then move on to the next. This is just a way to get it flowing. I could do it differently. I could just talk about each individual character, but I've just decided why not add a little fun spice to the mix by drawing. Without further ado, welcome to the Samurai Turned Pretty episode 6's recap by Alice. Okay, let's pick our first main character. First we have Jeremiah, the bane of my existence. If you haven't seen these videos, I'm very much Team Conrad. And then we have Denise. First starting with Jeremiah, since he is the main character. Jeremiah and Belly go apartment shopping together, and we find out that he has horrible credit because he signed up so that he could get tickets to a sports game. He said like Bruins or something like that. If you're more of a sports person than me, I'm not very much a sports person. If you're more of a sports person than me, then let the chat know what that is. For anyone who's wondering, the Bruins are an ice hockey team out of Boston. This makes sense because we know that Jeremiah is sort of from Boston, or like, yeah, he's from Boston. So this makes kind of a lot of sense. So anyway, the Bruins are a hockey team, Boston. Okay, also we see like Kaylee more. We see that Adam is dating Kaylee. I'll get that more when we talk about Adam. But we see that Adam is dating Kaylee, which is like really, really weird. If you don't know who Kaylee is, Kaylee was the woman that Adam cheated on Susanna with. So that's a whole thing. You can definitely check out season 2 for more on that. So if you have not watched season 2, definitely do that. Also, we see the suit fitting. The suit fitting high-key made me mad because like it was just very awkward, very weird. I feel like we never had gotten to see the 3 of these boys together without someone else, and I think we sort of saw their dynamic of it's very awkward. They don't really hang out, all 3 of them together, and so it's like kind of an awkward pairing. And I think that's why they have these scenes, the suit fitting, the dinner, the drive, like all of these just show how Adam and his children interact with each other. They're not very close. Okay, next we have Denise. So, if you have not watched the show, Denise is currently in this little love triangle between Steven, Taylor, and Denise. So Taylor and Denise are trying to both get Steven. We obviously we see more in this episode. Denise obviously has a big crush on Steven, which I am very against. Apparently some people on the internet are shipping Denise and Steven. I do not know why. I am very much a Taylor and Steven shipper, as we'll see later on in this video. But these are the things that I collected from that whole episode. Well, first, when Steven is talking about Denise and how they're literally like sharing cupcakes at their desk while working, he says, we trauma bonded over Starcade X. That whole entire quote just made me very, very mad, obviously, because, like, can we not? Can we really not? Denise asks Steven what he's doing this weekend. Oh my gosh, that made me mad. I'm sorry, Denise. We are not trying to get away from this love that is Taylor and Steven. If she had just been there the last 2 seasons, she would see that Taylor and Steven are meant to be together. She also wants to start a company with Steven, and she says, "You're the only person I can trust to start. I don't start companies with many people." I don't remember the exact quote. I did not write it down, but that made me so mad. And she thinks that they would make a great team. I hate that so much. I do not think they would make a great team. I think that Steven and Taylor make a great team, and I think she needs to go shut up and go home. In previous episodes, I've said, I like Denise again, it's fine. I just don't like her with Steven. Yeah, everything's fine. I have no hate towards Denise. That is not true anymore. I am back in the rage mobile of episode 1, if you've seen the entire series. I hate Denise, y'all. I hate Denise with my whole heart and soul. Denise makes me so mad. She actually needs to get off the screen immediately. The relationship between Jeremiah and Denise, they work together. They're somewhat friends. Denise kind of hates Jeremiah. I don't think Jeremiah has any beef with Denise. Next one. Taylor. Annika. Oh my god, we get this pairing so much. We've gotten it twice before. When she's talking to her mom about who's coming to the bridal shower, she says Steven's coming too, which I just thought was so funny. She's definitely so down bad for him, and I am so here for it. As we see, as per usual, she's helping her mom too much, and she's a great friend to Belly. We see her on the couch talking to Belly and trying to cheer her up. Belly's having second thoughts about the wedding, and Taylor's just trying to help as much as she can. She's also helping her mom. We see her helping her mom at her mom's work, at her mom's job, which I think is incredibly inappropriate. I do not think that she should be helping her mom. I think her mom should be able to figure out her own life. There's so much flirting with Steven. Oh my god, it's so cute. We see so much flirting, and I'm just so obsessed with that. Taylor also hates Denise, and we see this. She's looking at her Instagram, and she's like, oh my god, I hate Denise. She's stalking Denise's Instagram. She's like, I hate this girl. She mocks her a little bit. I think that's kind of funny. I did like the flirting with Steven. She tries to get him back. It does not end well, which made me very sad. Oh my gosh. Okay, next we have Annika. We finally got to see her at the bridal shower. I was so excited to see her. I don't really have anything to say to her. I'll probably put the I don't have anything to say about this character little note thing on the screen, because I really don't. We finally got to see Annika, which made me very happy, because I'm trying to see Annika more, because I did put her as a side character and I'm kind of regretting that. Okay, character 3. Next we have Laurel. Oh my god, we have so much to say about her this episode. And Adam. So this also happens in the books. I don't know if you've read the book. If you haven't, I would not recommend reading it now. I think if you didn't read it before season 3 came out, you can't read it anymore. There are the book people and the show people, and I think these people are very different. We also see like how when the show came out and we see a ton of people being like, oh my god, he cheated on her, it was so like different responses, because if you've seen the show, you do know that he cheated on her. but I feel like it just depends on when you read the books or if you read the books, you know. So I think there's a lot there. But she meets Conrad at a diner. And she says, Belly seems just fine without me. And Conrad really does the Conrad thing. Oh my gosh, I love Conrad. And convinces Laurel to go to the bridal shower because he says she needs you, she needs you, she needs you. She's so upset without you, she needs you. So Laurel ultimately goes to Belly's bridal shower, which just makes me so happy. We have the hug, like, and the stare when they first see each other. It's just so heartwarming. Like, I love that. I think, like, okay, I am very anti Laurel going to the wedding. I am very anti this wedding, which we'll get to. We'll talk a little about later. But I am happy that they are reconnecting. I think that that is important. And we also see her give the gift cards for her and Jeremiah. Well, Belly and Jeremiah. And I was like, oh, that's so sweet. Like, I mean, I'm not pro Belly and Jeremiah, but I am pro, like, Laurel. Actually, like, Laurel is a good mom, and I think, like, this shows. And the last and most important bullet on my little notes, Laurel is coming to the wedding, which is very exciting in my personal opinion. But I also have mixed feelings about it. So, okay, so I feel like, okay, I'm so anti this wedding. I was very, very glad when Laurel was standing her ground last episode. My notes. I think I'm glad I did not see her this episode because it shows that she's standing her ground. It shows that she's not caving in. It shows that she does not agree with this wedding. I think that I'm glad that we didn't see Laurel because it shows that she's not backing down. She's not giving up. Never back down. Never what? Never give up! Coming to the wedding. And I think this shows that we're, like, rekindling this bond between Laurel and Belly, and I think that that is ultimately a good thing. We see later, and I'll talk about this with Belly, the musicals thing with Laurel, and I think that that is so sweet, and I think, like, those little memories of, like we saw the flashback with her and her mom, and I thought that was so sweet and heartwarming, and I just feel like this rekindles that relationship, and I think that's a good thing. Even though I don't think she should be coming to the wedding, I think that ultimately I would prefer their relationship to be rekindled, and so I think that that is a good thing. Now let's talk about Adam. We see that Adam hates Belly. Belly is currently living in Boston instead of in Cousins. We will talk about that a little more when we talk about Belly, but yeah. We also see Adam says, we don't need you there, to Jer, just showing again that Adam really, really hates Jer. I don't know what to say about this. I really, really hate Jer, but I feel like Adam, like, unnecessarily says mean things about him. And these are not the right mean things about him. I think there are good mean things about Jer and bad mean things about Jer, and I mean, this is all my personal opinion. This whole entire video is my personal opinion. But I think, I don't know. Adam is my least favorite character for a lot of reasons, but he's kind of unnecessarily mean to his children. We also see that Kaylee and Adam are together. We see them flirting in the office. It makes me so mad. Oh my god. This whole entire thing makes me so mad. I honestly believe that Susanna was the best character in season 1. And it just makes me so sad that he's, like, getting with his affair. Well, like, no, that just, I don't even know what to say about that. I hate that so much. Like, Kaylee and Adam really, really, really need to go die. Kaylee says, it's my pleasure, and it does. And also, he says, Kaylee's really important to me. Also, we see Adam kind of being a meanie to Conrad when Conrad decides not to bring anyone to the wedding, and I just think that that is unnecessarily rude and not your business. If I was in that situation and I was talking to someone and I was like, well, are you bringing someone to this wedding I'm going to? I would not be mean if they weren't. And then he was, like, trying to set him up with the bridesmaids, and I'm just like, shut up, Adam, shut up. The relationship between Adam and Laurel, I feel like Laurel hates Adam with her whole heart and soul, but yeah. Okay, next person. Conrad! And Agnes, my favorite character. No, she's not my favorite character, but she is a good character. Conrad made food for Belly when Belly came back to Cousins. And then he says, damn it, when she didn't eat it. And I high-key think that's fair. Like, Belly, why are you not eating the food he made for you? It was so sweet. Like, it was just such a sweet gesture. I was like, ah! He says, I just want her to be happy when, Laurel and Conrad are talking at the diner. Laurel asks Conrad if he thinks it's a good idea for them to get married. And he said, I just want her to be happy. Also, we see Jeremiah and Adam trying to set Conrad up with someone. I just hated that while I was watching the show. I was like, oh my god, get this scene off my screen. You're being so unnecessarily unfair to Conrad. And then obviously we get the cut by the fin scene. I've been waiting for this moment the whole entire video. So, Conrad gets cut by a fin while he's surfing the waves. And Belly has to go help him, and they play false god. And oh my god, I have never been one to be like, oh my god, these people too, they need to cheat on their partners. I mean, Conrad doesn't have a partner, but Belly should have cheated on Jeremiah with Conrad. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. I did it first, so like, that still doesn't make it okay, but like, still, I'm so pro Belly cheating. I was so waiting for them to kiss. I was just screaming, kiss, 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 kiss. Next we have Agnes. Conrad almost texted her once. That's the one time we saw her. Again, this is going to be one of those things where I really have nothing to say about her, which is very, very sad. I love Agnes. I think she should have more screen time. The relationship between each other, I guess they're like friends. Agnes is in love with Conrad. Conrad is not in love with Agnes. Second to last one. Who do we have left? Steven and Belly. We got Belly! And Taylor's mom. First, Belly. As I've mentioned a couple times in the past, Belly was staying in Boston instead of Cousins, and I think this is kind of because like Belly does not want to be around Conrad. She doesn't want to see him. She doesn't want to be like near him because then she would ultimately cheat on Jeremiah, which obviously we cannot have because, you know, she's so in love with Jeremiah. She's just totally crushing on his brother. So like, she needs to cheat on Jeremiah at this point. Also, there's this thing where she says, guess I'll be eating Kit Kats tonight because she cannot possibly eat a meal with Jeremiah. We saw that meal that they ate together in episode 5. We see them planning at the country club. That made me so mad. I cannot with them planning at the country club. Oh my gosh. I cannot with them planning at the country club. Also, we don't really see a lot of what Belly thinks about how Kaylee is the wedding planner. Like, I feel like because Belly knows that Kaylee is Adam's affair, so I feel like we should get more about this. I don't know. And then she's talking to Taylor and she said it's starting to feel really real, and I feel like that like shows like she's having very second thoughts. She really wants Conrad. She doesn't really want this wedding. Like, I feel like that's not something you say when you're in love with someone and you actually want to get married to them. Like, hear me out. Like, I don't know. She also got the Rosie thing mixed up. If you don't know, I'm going to tell you. So Rosie is the dog. They were playing this like game where they were trying to figure out if Ellie knew Jeremiah. They asked what his first pet was, and she said Rosie, but ultimately Conrad found Rosie. She calls Jeremiah to check, and Jeremiah says that Conrad found Rosie, which is just like, so you're obviously in love with someone else. We see her like stunned, and like I feel like that shows like maybe that's the only reason why she loved Jeremiah, and now it's about Conrad. The musicals with Laura, oh my god, that made me so happy. We talked about Bye Bye Birdie and how she was like in love with Conrad. I love this little like flashback scenes. I think the flashback scenes are so fun, honestly. And so that musicals thing was just so heartwarming again. All of the stuff with Laurel was really heartwarming. Oh my gosh. Also, obviously, we have to talk about the Finn scene again because I just can't. I just can't. Like, what even was that made me so happy? Ah! But also, I have not seen a lot of people mention this, so I wanted to mention this. When she sees Conrad, when she comes into the house to, like, see Conrad for the first time after, like, the bridal shower and stuff, she comes into the house, she sees Conrad's back, and she literally has to step back. Like, she's like, whoa. Like, that girl is so in love with Conrad. Next we have Taylor's mom. I thought about being like, I have nothing to say about her, but this one really made me very mad, so I do think I'm going to add it. Taylor's mom, when talking about Laurel, says she's unreasonable and overprotective, and we see Taylor kind of backing up Laurel, and I loved that because Taylor was finally standing her ground. She was like, well, you were the one who got pulled over by the cop. And then Girl Pop was like, I didn't even get a ticket. And then she was like, that's because you flirted with the cop. Like it was just like, that whole thing, it made me mad. It personally, it just did. Last one. Well, I know who this is, but we'll do it anyway. Steven. And John. Well, I'll just do their relationship now. They're father-son. Twin, oh my god. And then they look at each other and they're like, ha ha ha, we twin. We are in sync. That made me want to barf. I literally wanted to throw a rock at my screen right now. Like, oh my gosh. Scream. Oh my gosh. That has to be made into a meme.
I am sorry. I am like...
I'll put it on the screen because I'm sure it already has been. But like that... Like, oh my gosh, that is so funny when he comes in and you see the little, like, dress thing. Anyway, it was funny. It was really funny. When he gets a call from Denise during the bridal shower, I actually wanted to throw a rock at his freaking face. That made me so mad. Sorry. My cat is really trying to get into this room, and I'm like, please no, I have stuff on the floor. Like, it would be a whole thing. Anyway, that's why I have to keep closing the door. But getting a call from Denise during the shower made me really mad. And then Steven wants to be just friends. Oh my god. Please get out of here, Steven. Please. Well, not get out of here. Be with Taylor, please. I'm really kind of mad about that. Okay. Last week, we have John. And I have nothing to say about him. Steven mentions him like once, but like that's about it. So yeah, I did not scream as much this episode as most times, so I do have the microphone, so it might be louder. Let me know what you think about the microphones, please. I'm having a little bit of second thoughts. I recorded a video yesterday, and it was like, the sound quality was really weird, so definitely let me know what you think. I'm gonna do the outro now, so I have to clip this back on. But let me know what you think about these microphones. I really, really want to know your opinions. Thank you. Okay, everyone. Thank you all so much for watching. I really do hope you enjoyed. If you did, make sure to like this video and subscribe for more. Our newest subscriber goal is 400 subscribers. I know that's a crazy goal. We just got to 44, so thank you all so much for 44 subscribers. I really appreciate that. If you know, we had a 44 subscriber goal. Now we have a 400 subscriber goal. More coming soon on why it's 400. I will definitely be making more promotional videos to try and get us to 400 subscribers, but definitely go check out my channel. Consider subscribing. I really, really appreciate it if you do. Literally every single subscriber counts. I stalk your account right after you subscribe, so just know that. Also, follow my Instagram. There's so much posted here that is not posted on YouTube, but we have a lot of different like privacy problems on YouTube that get cut. YouTube things get cut. So there's a lot more content posted on Instagram, so definitely go check that out. Also, follow my Fable. It's right down here. Fable is a great platform if you like bookish things. This was not a bookish video, but I do make a ton of bookish videos, so definitely go check out my bookish videos and my Fable for more about books. And now that I've said all of that, I really do hope you enjoyed this video and have a great rest of your day. Okay, bye guys.